So in general, Thailand's a really safe country, but that's not to say crazy shit doesn't happen. Like, all right, let's get out of here. I don't want to be a part of this. At this point, we realize like, okay, this is getting pretty serious. Man, I knew this happened in Thailand, but never thought I'd see it in person. So in general, Thailand's a really safe country, but that's not to say crazy shit doesn't happen. I've been here for about 4 months, and I've never personally been in a situation where I felt unsafe, but I do make an effort to stay out of those situations. But sometimes you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. So what did happen? Well, I'll tell you. I'm out at the bar. I'm shooting pool with some friends. As always, I'm winning, you know, we have a couple drinks. Totally normal night. Then as we're leaving, we hear a couple guys yelling at each other. Now, I've seen plenty of bar fights throughout my years, but this one sounded different right away. So as we're walking out, I'm walking over to my bike. I'm putting my helmet on, grabbing my gloves. We hear these guys yelling. It sounds a little bit different than like a normal street fight, you know what I mean? I can't really explain how, but it does. As you know, I'm putting on my helmet, we look over. One guy comes running back towards us, kind of like he's running away from something. Runs past us, goes in between these two little trees and grabs this huge stick. Starts running back the way he came from, and he has a little knife in his hand that I noticed as he's running away. From here on in the story, we'll call this guy Stick Guy. So at that point, we look over, we realize Stick Guy is trying to like jump up into this salon, which was kind of random. And they had like put stuff in front of the door kind of to like keep him out, and he's like kicking shit over, and he's like just trying to fight his way in there. And then before we know it, he turns back towards us and starts running, just, you know, looking over his shoulder, running away. So then we look behind him and we realize there's another guy coming after him. This guy's got a pipe. So moving forward, we'll call this guy Pipe Guy. So Pipe Guy starts chasing him, Stick Guy starts running, and at this whole time they're running right towards us. Usually I'm like the guy that will sit there and watch a fight because I know it's not like super cool or anything, but it's entertaining. This one felt different though. So they start chasing each other, they start running towards us, we're just sitting on the bike. Stick Guy goes running by us, and then Pipe Guy comes running up, they pass us, and I realize Pipe Guy has a straight like machete. This knife is like as long as my forearm, huge. Stick Guy realizes he doesn't want anything to do with it, they start running away. Like I said in the beginning of the video, Thailand is a very safe place, minus the roads, I would say. There are a lot of people here that die on the roads, and this is the first time I've seen anything like this. I haven't even seen like a normal fist fight, which is crazy considering the amount of bars and stuff here. If you go to a bar in the States or like a big like bar district where there's a bunch of bars on the street, pretty much every night you go, you're gonna see somebody get into it. So I don't want anybody to think like, oh, well, you can't go out in Pattaya or else you're gonna get stabbed. At this point, we realize like, okay, this is getting pretty serious. Stick Guy at first didn't really want anything to do with it, but then once he runs away for a little bit, it must have been, you know, his bravado or whatever. He turns around and he tries to square up with this guy. Knife Guy goes running at him. Stick Guy kind of backs up, forward, backward, and then they hit the corner to where we can't see him anymore. Then, as we're getting ready to leave, like we're literally pulling out, they come back around the corner and they're actually swinging the knives at each other. So if there's one thing I learned in the States, it's much different if you stand there and you watch some guys fist fight than if you stand there and you watch somebody stab somebody or shoot somebody or something. You really don't want to be a witness to stuff like that because people can be worried about you telling on them, going to jail, and before you know it, gun or knife or whatever's gotten turned on you. So when they start swiping at each other, I'm like, all right, let's get out of here. I don't want to be a part of this. If police come, I don't want to talk to police. That's just not my vibe. At that point, we jump on the bike, we start riding away. I don't know what happened to the guys. Last I saw, they were just swiping at each other, kind of going back and forth. I hope nobody got stabbed, but I don't know for sure. As we're leaving the road we're driving down to go home, police are headed back the other way towards where it was all happening. So I'm not sure if they got arrested. I hope nobody actually got stabbed. I did check the news this morning and I didn't see anything. Granted, I don't know how much reporting is done on that type of stuff. I woke up this morning, this happened last night. I woke up and I was like, man, that was kind of crazy. I feel like I need to share that. I've never seen anything like that personally. I'm glad I didn't actually see anybody get hurt because I don't know how I really would have dealt with that. But it was interesting to see how different it is here when it comes to altercations, because that type of thing just doesn't happen in the States. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you'd like to see more content from Thailand, Pattaya, national parks, ocean stuff, whatever it is, all of Thailand, feel free to drop a subscribe. If you'd like to support the channel, I'll link all the links in the description how you can do that. And as always, I hope you have a great day. I love you. Bye.